Chinese side, a team made up of Pacific Islanders, who I'm told are as friendly as they are big, and an older expat team. I hear that the Aardvarks Rugby Club has been around for over 10 years and prides itself on the diversity of its players' origins. Just in case you're wondering, the name comes from some bright spark over a decade ago, realising that the AA in Aardvarks would put it at the top of all alphabetical searches in magazines and such things. Who said rugby players were just mindless thugs? Having seen some fast-paced, hard-hitting rugby, as well as all the wonderful camaraderie that comes afterwards, I decided it was high time to go and see the universities where many of these people study. So I'm relaxing in the heart of the BLCU, the Beijing Language and Culture University in the Haidian district. Now, this entire part is in a place called Wudaokou, which has lots of other universities, but this one is predominantly full of full of foreigners, and the foreigners can come here for a short-term or long-term courses. We've got 1-week courses, 1 month, or an entire year. You can pick up your own degree here, and you can even come and do a bit of martial arts, a bit of wushu. Well, continuing on from our hidden treasure theme, it really turns out that my decision to explore a few of the universities was a good one. I'm here in Tsinghua, one of China's oldest and most prestigious universities. It's the academic hub of China, where we literally have dozens of universities spattered around in this area. Now, serious brain work goes on here, and I actually feel slightly more intelligent just walking around. Do you think I fit in? Have a look. Though not at the top of the guidebook recommendations, it's definitely worth seeing a few of the academic establishments, such as Beida, that's Peking University, and Tsinghua. Both are set in wonderful grounds. One of my favourite places was the lake at Beida. It's amusingly called the No Name Lake. People come here to relax, study, meet friends, or spend an evening whispering sweet nothings in the ears of a loved one. It's a pretty romantic spot. Not that I'm averse to romance in any way, but I thought I'd be polite and get the camera out of the face of these young lovers. Take your time, guys, you know. As the main student area, Wudaokou is renowned for cheap beer and late-night partying. So if drunk college kids are your thing, head there. I'm just kidding. It's a fun place anyway. Those are the characters for Wudaokou, if you're wondering. Much like the more central parts of Beijing, the Wu remains bustling throughout the night. It is centred around a bookstore, which is flanked by bars and restaurants. Well, in any case, I was done with books and technology for the day and was ready to hit the beers. Seeing as I was in the area, I thought it would be a perfect time to catch up with some friends. They happen to live right at the heart of Wudaokou, so let's go. There are literally thousands of students from abroad who come to Beijing to study Mandarin. Some do this as part of an exchange program at their respective universities. Pippa, Lara, Gus and Lawrence are 4 such students who are studying at Beida and have come here on an exchange from Oxford University for a year. They very kindly let me snoop around their house for your viewing pleasure, so enjoy. In terms of rent, it costs them 13,000 renminbi a month. That said, they do live in a pretty luxurious apartment that's even equipped with a rooftop garden. Whatever happened to slumming it up as a student? But when you compare rental prices to Europe, 3,000 kwai a month each seems an absolute bargain. Definitely the kind of place I'd want to live in. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful rooftop balcony. Actually, wait, can you get a bit of light, see me? Actually, but don't focus on me. Go and check out some of the sites out there. It's good fun catching up. They rave about what a great opportunity this year has been and how living in this part of the city has been a really enjoyable experience. Anyway, that's all the time we've got for tonight. Big day tomorrow. I'm heading to a seriously big garden. I'm going to be up early, so just a few cheeky drinks for me. Situated on the western outskirts of the Haidian district, the Summer Palace is 15 kilometers from central Beijing. It's one of the capital's most visited sites and teems with tour groups from all over China and beyond. The Summer Palace occupies an area of 2.9 square kilometers, 3/4 of which is water. Once a playground for the imperial court, it is an opulent mixture of over 3,000 structures, including palace temples, gardens, pavilions, lakes and corridors. The Summer Palace is the archetypal Chinese garden and is ranked amongst the most noted classical gardens in the world. In 1998, it was listed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. This area was known as the administrative area, though the Summer Palace was almost solely used as a place of relaxation for the ruling royalty. In fact, the work area was only added because an emperor enjoyed his time too much here. Therefore, he moved his office here so that he could spend as much time as possible. You can spot the administrative area from the decorations and symbols outside. On average, more than 30,000 people visit here a day, so don't be surprised to find big crowds right from the opening time at 6 a.m. up to the closing of the park at 9 p.m. Now, when you come to the Summer Palace, I thoroughly recommend that you spend at least half a day here, simply because there are so many things to see. Now, I've been taken around to an area that's almost solely dedicated to living, having fun, relaxing, eating and drinking. And there's a tiny bit that's dedicated to working. So that suits me fine. Plenty of play and really not that much work. Oh. I'll keep going. Just so you know, I did manage to avoid hitting the little boy. Stroll around the Hall of Happiness and Longevity. It's decorated with many period pieces. Thanks to the artifacts, the trees and the feng shui, the atmosphere in this part is extremely soothing. Despite the big crowds, there are a few quiet spots, so when you find one, take it all in like I am. I'm in the living quarters, which might as well have the motto, no work and lots of play. This suited me just fine. It also leads onto the Changlan, which means literally the long corridor. This shaded walkway is decorated with some 10,000 painted scenes, each one different, and sits alongside the refreshing looking Kunming Lake. Feeling hungry? I always am. So head to the Imperial Restaurant. Its Chinese name is Tingli Guan, which basically means listen to the birds singing hall. Did you hear that? That wasn't edited in, I swear. Anyway, it's grand and you can even sit at a chair or table once used by emperors and empresses. A restaurant like this requires prior reservation. And by that, I don't mean ringing up the day before. Interestingly enough, you don't order any of the food. What you do is you dictate your price range and the exquisitely crafted foods are chosen for you. My price range, unfortunately, dictated some noodles from a smaller restaurant outside, but I was happy to see the true food of royalty. Look how delicately made everything is. It seems almost more like art than food. Personally, I'd feel guilty ruining such masterpieces with my mouth. Though being the polite gentleman I am, if I was offered a taste, I wouldn't turn it down. I am starving, but I've been told this is strictly off limits, purely for your viewing pleasure rather than my eating pleasure. So I'm gonna be a good boy. Good boy. Okay, don't blame me for accidentally putting that piece of art into my stomach. I think it's safer there. The Kunming Lake is one of the main attractions of the Summer Palace. It can be explored by boat during the summer or skated over during the winter. Hire out a boat and you can lethargically spend a day on the water or explore the sights on the lake. You can hire out small two-man boats all the way up to large party boats. Don't miss the highly photogenic 17-arch bridge or the stunning Jade Belt Bridge. As there's so much to see in this area, don't fall into the trap of spending all your time on the water. Make your way up to the Buddhist Incense Tower. It's one of the best preserved and brightest parts of the Summer Palace. Above all, it's the highest, so for all you budding amateur photographers out there, do not miss this one. You can capture an entire area ranked amongst the most noted and classical gardens of the world. There are plenty of things to see all the way to the top. Artifacts dating back over many dynasties are on display for everyone's enjoyment. Strangely enough, 100 years ago, they didn't think to put in any elevators here. It's a steep climb, but you will be rewarded with sweeping views of the whole grounds, as well as a glimpse of the fragrant hills. It's a perfect time to sit, catch your breath, and take in the beauty of this magnificent place. It's simply stunning. Like the icing on a cake, it was a perfect ending to a great day. Unfortunately, that's all the time we've got left today. But I really hope you've enjoyed our little insight into this part of Beijing, an area where tradition and modernity mix seamlessly together, where a rapidly increasing influx of foreigners can enjoy the fast-paced, technology-orientated focus of Zhongwansun, whilst also but a few kilometres away coming around for a stroll around the Summer Palace and witnessing tradition at its very best. I'm Mark Edwards, and I'll see you very soon on another episode of Travelogue. On the next episode of Travelogue, come and see the hidden treasures to be found on the outskirts of Beijing. Sweat your way to the top of the Great Wall, take in the culture at Beijing's oldest temple, and travel back in time to a traditionally preserved village.